Snap.
Just a little bit of click.
Recording.
The back attack. Where's my back scratcher?
So, for anyone that may or may not be watching, you're just gonna see my end of the screen, so actually
Hello,
Don't look up
everyone, and
porn.
welcome to the Stars Without Number.
While
Why
playing.
would I do that?
I had to. Sorry.
Okay, so who wants to give us a recap from last episode?
We all died.
Yeah.
Laney crashed our ship into the fucking dirt.
It was a joint effort, okay? If someone hasn't been tinkering with the robot while in hyperspace, none of that would have happened ever. Just let me just put it out there
Who was driving
for
the
a
ship?
second.
Flying?
All right,
Driving? Piloting?
I will.
I got
volunteer
you
to
fuckers through a
give
belt of asteroids, okay? Okay?
Well, I crashed, but okay.
I shall volunteer to do a recap, unbiasedly and very neutral.
Go ahead, Eric.
Okay.
You're the only one who stayed alive, so sure.
Maybe I'm dead. We don't know. But either way, previously on the season finale of Stars Without Number: Adventures of the Stars Vigil. Basically, what happened was the crew left the Red City, which was a planet that the main villain, Mr. S, came from. And while we were in transit to a nearby star system, we decided to upgrade one of our robotic members with some new fighting skills. However, when we were digging into his
Turned out to be a very
memory
dumb decision.
banks, it's okay, guys, it's okay. Anyways, we decided to delve into his memory banks and to uncover what was going wrong exactly. Unfortunately, we found that he has been overloading the ship's systems and data banks with some sort of jargon that we could not decipher. For the safety of the crew, we had to notify everybody, and we did make the unfortunate mistake of attempting to essentially find what the data banks held. We were not expecting, however, it to cause the entire ship's navigation to crash, which is a bad thing, since when you're jumping through hyperspace and the navigation goes a little wonky, you find that you might suddenly be being sent to a burning sun. Thankfully, however, due to the expert skills of both our pilots, engineers, and our navigations officer, we managed to not crash into a burning sun. However, we got into a asteroid field, which led to the unfortunate event of us having to fight our way through asteroids. Not as eventful, but still quite heart-racing. And unfortunately, thank you. But yes, unfortunately, we did. Fortunately, we got through. But unfortunately, one of the asteroids hit our engines, and we were forced to make a crashing descent towards a nearby planet. The sad part is, when we were attempting to make a crash landing, we experienced a bit of pilot error, and the ship is losing control. In the midst of chaos, we only managed to, the group's teleporter only managed to save one other person, which was a girl kid called Sakura. And I believe that is where we left off as the group meets their final moments, descending in a blazing fireball upon this planet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gentlemen,
Tunes.
that's alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stars Without Number, this episode finale of Stars Vigil.
I apologize for any ear bleeding in advance because my bird's in the background.
Just mute yourself when you're not talking.
Too much work.
Just do it. It's easier for
You
the rest
do
of us.
know you do know that there's a hotkey called mute, right?
Yeah, you could push to talk, whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, I have a barking dog. You don't see me complain when I mute myself.
Alright, so well, previously, you guys, where we left off, we're crashing down onto this uncharted planet with no real direction. You're just kind of swirling about in space until you got caught in the gravitational pull of the planet, and now you were a burning metal fireball flying down through the atmosphere. And we open with the sound of the ship's alarms, emergency alarms, blaring loud. And it cuts to the captain, Captain Laney, sitting in the bridge, strapped to her chair, trying to pull the ship up. But in her years of experience, given her years of experience and training, she's starting to lose hope that you're gonna make it. The ship, its decline to the ground, you're not able to straighten it enough to the curve of the planet's surface to reduce the impact to a level that you may survive. What are the final thoughts running through your head, Laney, as you come to grips with the idea that you may not live?
I feel like Lainey would just stubbornly keep trying and like pulling levers and shit, flicking buttons and like in complete denial.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're kind of pulling up on the controls and trying to get your ship to straighten its descent, stubbornly believing that something might help. It might help by doing what you're doing, but you know in the back of your mind that this is it. And you get a communication on your compad.
I'll take it.
It's Damon.
Yes, Captain speaking?
Hello, Laney.
Yes, hi. How are you doing?
Not very good right now.
Yeah, can relate.
I think this is it.
Well, this has been fun.
You really not scared of dying?
I just know that when it's over, I won't care anymore about anything. And that's a little bit comforting. The sweet release of death and all.
I wish I was there with you.
Yeah. I know. I wish you were here also. Maybe you could have done something differently.
Maybe.
It's okay. We live and we die.
I love you, Lainey.
I love you too. It's a shame we couldn't save your brother.
Yeah. I'm sorry it came to this.
It's not your fault. That's just how things happened. Do you have Oscar with you? Is he okay?
Yeah. I'm holding him.
Good.
You hear the panicked whimpering of the German Shepherd in the background as Damon holds on to his companion and best friend on the while strapped to the chair in the captain's quarters, the emergency belted chairs. And yeah, you say your final goodbyes to Damon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
All right. And what about Katya? What are you doing while all this is going down?
Still on the seat, strapped in, with like sniper rifle, holding it tightly.
holding your sniper rifle.
Yep. Just looking at it
Yeah.
one last time.
Yeah, so you get like a parallel to Damon's shot with him like holding on to Oscar lovingly, and you're holding on to we cut to you holding on to your sniper just as tight.
And for the first time ever, see one single tear slowly roll down Katya's cheek.
What does
No one
Katya think
else. What?
in her final moments, aside from the sniper rifle that she loves so dearly?
I'm too fucking young to die.
Are you like repeating that to yourself?
Yep. Looking out the window, looking all these like
Yeah.
slowly getting into atmosphere, like
Yeah, just burning flames.
it's like everything around is burning, and just this classical music is playing while it slowly falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. But no fear of death. Never will, never have.
How
Now
many
it's no
times
difference.
before have you said that phrase? I'm too young to die.
Plenty. Anytime where there's a situation like this, but this seems to be like the closest situation to actually dying. But
Mm-hmm.
I still stay strong to that word. Too fucking young to die.
And is there a specific moment that stands out before this where Katya was close to death?
Before what?
Before this, where Katya was close to death.
Where Katya was close to death?
Mhm.
Well, I can't say it. I mean, I can't not say it. But when, she was used as the bullet shield back in the day, Like that's a thing that I
Yeah.
will never forget ever. Fucking
Yeah.
bridal maid holding Liney to the boat
Yeah.
Hmm.
while bullets go through my back.
Yeah. Yeah. You close
Fine.
your eyes and try to think of something else, something pleasing to your mind, but all that comes to your mind as you repeat those words over and over again is the last time you said it. And it was when you were escaping with Lainey in your arms onto the boat, being shot in the back. And you come to the realization that your life has been, until this point, mostly just memories like that.
Sacrifice.
Violence and death all around you. And you recall a simpler time when you were a kid with your father back on your home planet of Jadarin.
I didn't think I'd be dying in some spaceship in some off-world.
Yeah.
Fucking who knows where. But if this is what the cosmos wants, then this is what the cosmos will get.
Yeah. You close your eyes and you remember the only time that you've really been at peace and at ease is back when you were home with your father, who didn't want you to get into this line of work.
Damn. Wonder where I would be if I just listened to him. Some academy somewhere. Sitting down. Not moments away from dying, that's for sure. But man,
You
I
just
don't know if
have
it was
this
worth it.
final comforting moment of remembering that time when things were easier. And the memory that burns in your mind is one of the few times that your father actually held you in his arms and hugged you. Zico! Next up.
Here we go.
What are you doing? What do we see as the ship is crashing? All of this is like kind of happening simultaneously.
He gets to see Dorian again.
I think we.
Where are you and what are you doing?
In keeping with the theme I've always gone for with Zico, I think he's just trying to commune with one of his gods, trying to make peace with the fact he's about to die.
Okay.
And is kind of he's on his knees.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
Panther
thighs.
your Panther nanosuit, the black nanosuit, is crawling under your skin. It has a mind of its own, as you've seen before, and it's scared of its own destruction. And you're on your knees trying to pray to be at peace with yourself.
Yeah, he's Nahwal. I don't know how to pronounce that actually, but I probably butchered that, and I apologize. But in specific, in his language, one word is repeated. Well, actually, probably two, but one god, Miklantikutli, one of the gods of the underworld.
Okay. And as your life flashes before your eyes, do you have any regrets?
Oh, Zico
As
has
Zico.
I think.
Yeah.
Not being able to come back home and to his home world, Zaswazuno. I'm sure no one he knew is still alive back there. And then his mind turns to the relationships he does have. Azriel, Lainey, Natasha. Anyone else that may be still alive may have gotten that immortality juice, whatever Natasha took.
Sakura.
Yeah, definitely Sakura. And then we just I think we, for the first time for a long time, we see Zico's face underneath the mask. That scarred, messed up face.
Okay, do you pull off the mask?
Yeah. And we just
Okay.
get this Doctor Who, I believe it was the 11th Doctor. I don't want to go. Kind of face.
Yeah, you have your Vader moment, where in your final moments you want to just not have your mask anymore, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Not be the Obsidian Black Mirror, but Zico. Yeah. All right. And what about Adrian?
In his final moments, Adrian is thinking, should have played Space Oddity by Bowie. Damn it. But at least I had fun. And he's going to sort of lay down on the bed, light up a cigarette once more, and just listen to his tunes.
Yeah, just moments earlier, Adrian, you watched Azriel teleport into your room, grab Sakura by the hand, and teleport out. You tried to reach out to...
oh, that's right, I did, didn't I? I completely forgot. Yeah, totally did that. Should have been faster.
Yeah, that's your final thought. Should have been faster.
Should have been quicker on the draw.
Alright.
But you may be as fast as me.
That pretty much sets the tone for the rest of the campaign, probably, by the way. Great time to
Adrian's a simple man. Yeah. Taiga, meanwhile, he's back in the bridge. And he's trying to stabilize himself and walk towards a seat to belt up. When we left last, he was behind. He was in the bridge, not on a seat behind where Azrael was seated. And he is kind of struggling to find a seat, the belt. Alright, you're gonna have to make another exert roll to get back to your seat.
Would Lainey know if it will make any difference?
I mean, it can't hurt to be belted up. And also, you won't be falling, rolling all over the place, and hurting yourself before you crash.
Okay.
you've never been in a ship that's crashing ever before, and the alarms blaring and the people panicking, and the people that are, especially Taiga and Lainey, that are like in the same room as you, the way they've like just given up and succumbed to death, that really freaks you out, and it sends panic shooting through you.
Sheogorath, take me!
All right, and yeah, that's the the final moments of everyone on the crew. Nixie is unfortunately not here with us today, but yeah, Azrael, are you there?
Indeed, I am.
So, our resident teleporter, Azrael, as the ship was descending towards the planet, you waited until the planet was in range of your teleportation. Not in terms of your regular teleportation, but your torched teleportation, where you kind of torched your mind. It's an ability that psychics have to kind of push the limits of their powers at the expense of possibly permanent damage to themselves.
It's a risk many are willing to take.
Yeah, especially in situations like this. So as everyone has their final moments, Azrael, you had to make a decision on who you were going to save. Because you can take one person with you, right?
Yes. I took the little girl, Sakura.
Okay. And why did Azrael choose Sakura?
Because, in a way, the girl represented the things he didn't have growing up. Good friends.
Okay.
People she could rely on. In many ways, she reflected him when he was younger. Reckless. Impatient. And, if anything, she deserved a second chance. The rest of us, we're all criminals in one way or another. And specifically, one of us is the greatest threat to the universe if in the wrong hands. So,
Zico.
the lesser of all evils was the little girl, which embodied the purity that should survive such a catastrophic event.
Okay. So, Azrael, the final shot we get on the ship is you teleporting and appearing in the med bay where Adrian was kind of holding on to Sakura. And yeah, you pop into existence in the med bay and reach out to grab Sakura, and Adrian tried to grab your hand to save himself rather than Sakura. But Azrael, slapped his hand out of the way and grabbed Sakura instead, right?
It's more of him just being a little bit more quicker on the draw. Adrian's a con artist, and Azrael's a gunslinger. Only one of us is exceptionally fast.
Alright, so you grab Sakura and you torch yourself. And you kind of... What does it look like when you teleport? What is the visual effect?
Visually, you see him essentially break down piece by piece into particles of dust in slow motion. And you see this like crackle of energy as it just appears to be dragged into this, like it's like a miniature wormhole forming in the body of a man that's been sucked into it. Basically, to those of you that want something funny, it's basically like you're being flushed down a toilet, but very fast.
Okay. And you're kind of disintegrating like a Thanos snap, disintegrating along the
Pretty
way.
much, yes. It's like a
I
very
was just
fast
thinking about
Thanos
that.
snap.
Mhm.
It just goes, and you're gone. Actually, he does better snaps than I do. Yep, he does better snaps.
Okay.
Half the universe disappears when he snaps his fingers.
So you start to kind of fade as Adrian watches his last hope of surviving just kind of disappear before his eyes.
That selfish son of a bitch!
And you find yourself lost in and floating through metadimensional space, this like alternate dimension through which you achieve your teleportation abilities. Usually you don't spend any time in the kind of limbo between teleporting, but this time because you're torching and it's completely out of control, you have a few moments in here, much longer than you've ever been, and you're holding on to Sakura and kind of floating, and she's panicking in your arms, but when she gets into the metadimensional space, she just kind of stops, and both your expressions are held still, and you're just floating through this ethereal kind of empty space of green, blue, and purple clouds and lights
With
and
colors
lightning and
indescribable.
stars. Yeah, colors that are out of the spectrum of what you have ever seen in your life. And what is Azrael thinking in this moment?
He's not so much thinking as he's just focusing. You see him.
Are you trying to focus on the location?
It's more of him focusing on finding a way out first. Because
Okay.
in a storm, the only thing you look for is light, the one way out. And that's what
Okay.
jumping through metadimensional space is. What you're basically doing is you're throwing yourself into a cloudy storm, and the one thing you're looking for is the way out. Sometimes you make the right calculations, sometimes you don't. And in this case, it's getting the final equations right.
Okay. Yeah, so you're kind of trying to focus on your ability that you've honed over the years, and the closest kind of analogy to this would be trying to thread through a needle. You're just trying to find the right spot, the spot that feels right to teleport out into.
Essentially, the best analogy here is trying to thread a needle while being blind.
Exactly, yeah, not knowing what's going to happen. Give me a mental save. Okay. So, Azrael, the longer you spend in MES and this metadimensional space, you kind of feel your body deteriorating, being attacked with radioactive energy. And you're gonna have to torch yourself again to get out.
Okay, what do I roll for torching again?
So 1d6.
Didn't he already do this for the torching?
No, I have to torch it again.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's not able to find where he's going to.
Okay.
5.
5. You have to choose 1 point from an attribute to permanently lose.
Oh, in that case, wisdom. It's the easy answer. Wisdom.
Okay, so you permanently lose 1 point of wisdom. Just take a note of that.
Already done.
All right. Once again, mental save. Okay. You failed again. So Azrael is going crazy in metadimensional space. He's literally like losing his mind, trying to focus in this realm of chaos, and just being attacked by radioactive energy. Roll another d6.
Third time's the charm.
What is that? A 3. You permanently lose 1 point from your Constitution score.
Okay.
All right. Another mental effect save.
And I damn it. I was gonna say I succeed. Never mind. I counted the chickens too early.
Azrael is basically like sacrificing himself to save Sakura at this point. Your muscles are kind of collapsing into themselves. You're deteriorating and start getting this. We see Azrael's hair kind of turn gray, and wrinkles start to form under his eyes.
At that 6.
Oh, yeah, I rolled it prematurely.
All right, yeah, your 6 fortunately saves you from any other permanent attribute loss this time.
Lovely.
You have to make another mental effect save.
Alright, this will have better work. 11. I'm slowly increasing the number.
For the love of God. Jeez.
Okay, another torch. You're basically turning into like a withered husk at this point.
Ooh.
Yep, no permanent attribute loss, but your body's deteriorating further. Yep, once again.
How?
You lose another point. You lose another point of wisdom. So you lose another permanent wisdom score. Another point from your permanent wisdom score. And that's the last kind of attribute loss that you have to deal with, as Azrael finally opens his eyes, and we see him. He is like an old man at this point. He's aged unnaturally, and his skin is withered and wrinkled. His hair has gone white, and there's just muscles of his like arms are have just collapsed onto themselves until all you see is like bone and a little bit of skin and veins, and it's the rest of your body looks okay, but your arms especially have just started to collapse into themselves into just this just a, like stick figure, like just bone on your arm. And yeah, that's when Azrael has his moment of clarity. He opens his eyes and he knows where he has to go. And you grab Sakura tight and blink out of metadimensional space. And you find yourself on the surface of this planet, Sakura kicking and screaming, and you just are spat out of a portal onto the gravel and dirt of this red sand planet. And yeah, it scrapes your back as you just slide across the dirt. And not far from you, you can see the Stars Vigil, your ship, crashing towards the ground, into the like diving down through the atmosphere in a ball of fire.
And this is just standard movement, but Azrael will basically just short spurts of teleport Sakura away without actually spawning her.
Yeah, she's just like, she's panicking. She doesn't know where she popped out, but she wants to get the hell away from you after that teleport. And she's gonna try and like jostle her way out of your grip.
Okay. Let's see here. Do I exert and wrestle with her, or?
Well, do you want to let her or not? You're not like in immediate danger.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'll just let her go.
Yeah, the ship's not crashing towards, like, it's not gonna crash into you guys.
Oh.
You're a safe enough distance away that if it were to crash, some like debris might land close to you, but not like on you or past you.
Okay. So the moment they just spit out, that's just.
Yeah, your lungs feel smaller. With that lower constitution score, you literally like feel weaker. Everything in your body feels like it feels different. It feels like you've been put in another person's body. This is not the Azrael that you once were, the fit, strong, kind of young and wiry physique that's no longer there. You are physically a completely different person. It feels very, very strange. But yeah, Sakura's going to try and get out of your grip.
Yeah, she can get out as it just collapses. It's just too much for an old man. Yeah.
She pulls away, and you can hear her screaming is turned into crying. She looks up at the ship, and her father, Zico, on that ship, crashing to the ground. She's sobbing, and she's holding out her hand to Zico and the ship. And yeah, what do you say, Azrael?
I'm sorry. And he just passes out first.
Yeah. She is going to... Let's see. Mental effects save. Okay, so similar to you, Azriel, she is torching herself to try and do something to stop the ship from crashing. And she reaches out with both her hands and crying, tears welling in her eyes, and she says, "No, no, no, no." She closes her eyes and just holds her hands out. And you guys on the ship, Lainey, you're kind of at the bridge. You're watching the ground, like literally the planet has now completely engulfed your vision, and the mountain ranges that were distant are now very, very